It is a while since I have done this. Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm a musician and I host a variety of content here on YouTube. If you've already subscribed to my channel and you're back for more, I really appreciate it and thank you for watching the video. Welcome. If this is your first time to my channel, I am really glad you're here and I hope that you will consider subscribing. I felt inspired to do a vlog style video where I talked about where I've been and what I've been doing now that the world has basically opened back up for business. This year has been banging from the second it started until now. It's about halfway over and I hope it continues that way. I'm gearing up for a summer of a lot of travel. A lot of it is for gigs, for business, and some of it is also for pleasure. I'm going to be taking some fun leisurely trips this summer. So what have I been doing? Well, in spring 2021, around then, Nashville, where I've lived for a really long time, I've lived here since 2005, Nashville opened up in ways that a lot of places here in the United States, definitely in Canada, were not open. And very suddenly there was a lot of live performance opportunity after there having been almost zero live performance opportunity in most of 2020. In 2020, I and a lot of musicians turned to live streaming. It was something that was really successful. It wasn't anything I had a lot of experience with before. But when, like a landslide of live gig opportunity began to come in, I knew that that meant that I wasn't going to be focusing on live stream anymore, at least not for the time being. Here in Nashville, there were new venues that I had been referred to who were personally contacting me to play, so I was doing new gigs like that. Some of those gigs, unfortunately, are already gone. That is the nature of professional music. You have something today and it's gone literally tomorrow. It does happen. I found myself working in town more than I ever had in the long time that I had been here. It was really amazing. It was also really exhausting, and I kind of knew that there was a chance for me to hit burnout. And that's kind of what happened. In summer of 2021, I went to St. Martin to do a piano bar gig that I've done several times over the last few years. And when I went to St. Martin, I was really warmed up and I got really exhausted. When I came back from that gig, I hit burnout. My body had started to break down. I had some pain in my elbows. Mentally, I started to break down. Most of 2021, I did not feel very good. I was not very happy for most of the year. Interestingly, during my time in the Caribbean, that's when I had a video go viral. A lot of you are here now on my YouTube channel because you saw me in the International Symphonic Mashup video for A Lug a Lug Cat. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, in the summer of 2021, A Lug a Lug Cat was the international sensation that no one knew they needed and everyone wanted. It was a mashup of a cat who had meowed, I don't even know if that's what you would call it, in a very unique way, and Dave from the Kiffness made a track to go along with it, and it really was a sensation. That is not an overstatement. I created an Instagram reel where I basically did a duet with him and the cat. Duet is kind of a signature TikTok term, so it wasn't that. It was more like an uninvited collab. Dave from the Kiffness found that and he included it in this mashup video he did with several people's videos who had done their own kind of collabs with his original video for A Lug a Lug Cat. The International Symphonic Mashup video, the last I checked, has, I think I checked, it has 4.6 million views on it now. So 2022 rolled in, thank goodness, and the momentum that I had been working, it just kept going. I'm thankful to be at a point in my life and my career where I'm being a lot more discerning about the work that I choose to do, and it has been working out very, very well. 2021 was the most profitable year I have had as a working musician, and this year is proving to be just as abundant, if not more so. I've been considering making a video where I talk about what I feel has helped me increase my income as a musician. Y'all, as long as I have worked as a musician, there were some years, not every year, but there were some years I struggled to bring in enough money year after year, and it didn't matter what I did. Just a warning, I'm gonna get a little out there. So I've been thinking about this video where I talk about the kind of law of attraction tweaks that I implemented that I really feel helped bring in more money. I know that may not be everybody's jam. It wouldn't be a step-by-step how-to video about how to make money as a musician. I don't think I'd be very good at explaining that. I truly believe that no advice is one size fits all. Everybody is in a really different situation, but I really do believe that some of these little things that I did helped shift the money situation I was in. So let me know in the comments if that's a video that you would be interested in seeing. Okay, so this is maybe obviously not being filmed at the same time that the rest of the video was filmed, but I realized that I said something like 2022 rolled in and the momentum that gigs were flying at me just continued and I was working a lot, but I didn't really get into specifics about what kind of work that was, so I figured I would mention that. I think I said at some other point in the video that I do a lot of piano bar. That's not the only thing that I've ever done in music, and it's not the only thing that I do now, but a lot of my work is made up of dueling and solo piano bar. So I've done a lot of dueling piano bar here in Nashville with Music City Dueling Pianos. Music City Dueling Pianos has several residencies at venues across the city. I pretty regularly travel to National Harbor, which is in the Washington, D.C. area. The Bobby McKee's Dueling Piano Bar is there, and they have been very good to me, and I enjoy playing with my friends who I have met there. In March, I spent a couple weeks just north of Austin, where I grew up. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that I grew up in Austin on this channel, but there is a new resort in Round Rock, which is just north of the city, and there's a solo piano bar there. It's the kind of work that I've done a lot of internationally, and it's really nice to have that kind of gig accessible to me and people who are on that circuit domestically. I'm remembering I played one wedding ceremony. I don't do a lot of wedding ceremonies these days, but this was at the Hermitage Hotel here in Nashville. It was very fancy. It was a very nice situation, and the last thing I remember was I drank champagne sitting in the lobby. And most recently, I spent a month playing in Aruba. Yes, Aruba, there's a solo piano bar there, and I was there for the first time. And it was a really successful month, and I'm looking forward to going back. So that kind of sums up what I've been doing offline, and I really miss creating content for YouTube. This is a kind of creative outlet that is sort of an extension. I feel like social media and content creation is an extension of my creativity and my career and my artistry. If you're a subscriber, you probably know this. If you're not a subscriber, I host a variety of content on this channel. I am a musician and a performer, and so most of the videos on here are related to music, but I also have some other things that are still related to my life as a musician. There are travel vlogs here on the channel, there are parody songs, there are talking head style vlog videos like this one. If you talk to anybody who's considered a YouTube expert, or they're a YouTube coach or an advisor, that does exist if you didn't know, they would strongly recommend not doing what I do here on my channel. It ends up being kind of a mixed channel. You know, the reasons they give are all the same old reasons. If you post different kinds of content, it confuses the audience. People subscribe to you for something very particular, so you need to just stick to that. That's generally good advice, and it's not false. There's a story that I tell about my first couple years in Nashville. When I would have meetings with industry professionals, if you will, people who worked in music business, let's put it that way. They all were very clear with me. They all made it clear that, well, you can only choose one thing. You couldn't be a session musician and a songwriter and your own artist, and you couldn't go on tour as a side person with another artist. You had to choose one, and that was it. Even if you don't know anything about modern day music business, I'm going to tell you right now, if you have your hand in all of the things that I just mentioned, you are doing yourself a favor. There is hardly a professional musician who is not engineering themselves in their home studio, not playing an instrument for somebody else. The whole pick one thing is really, it's outdated, honestly. It's true that if you're going to be a full-time songwriter and you're going to go on the road with a band for 300 days a year, that's going to be really hard to juggle, but it doesn't mean that you can't do it. Look at YouTube. If you watch other musicians' channels, some of them at this point, like Adam Neely, are probably making a pretty good living from YouTube alone. But a lot of musicians on YouTube, this and other social media acts as part of the patchwork that makes up a career. You're looking at the modern day music business. You're looking at it right now. It's a variety of things that are connected, but it's not just one thing. So with all that said, I appreciate you visiting the channel today. Thank you for watching this video. If you're not already subscribed, I hope that you will consider doing so. I have some fun stuff coming up that I'm planning for YouTube. Last year, I released a single called When You Held My Hand. It's available on all streaming platforms, and the music video for that has been in the works for a long time. And I'm just about at the point where it's going to be ready for release, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Tell me how